When we last checked in with the Knowledge Seekers, Callie was assisting Josh with his new movie by researching the mighty Madagascar hissing cockroach. What they discovered was an excellent lesson in description text structure. Will Callie's use of a graphic organizer debug description text structure? Will this king of cockroaches become king of the red carpet? Be sure to watch Roachzilla, then continue the adventure in this episode of Thinking Aloud. We return to our knowledge seekers as they slow down their thinking while reading about the infamous Madagascar hissing cockroach.
I know Josh is listening to me, but I will just bet he is already envisioning how he will design the set and props for his monster movie. What I can see is how my graphic organizer for this text will develop. I will use a description map. I label the topic in the center circle, and then I'll use circles extending from the center for each of the features or characteristics that describe the topic. Here's how I'll record my thinking. The first paragraph tells me I'm going to read about a fascinating animal, the Madagascar hissing cockroach. Since this is the topic of the article, I'm going to use this as my label of the center circle. All of the details are of relative importance, so it really doesn't matter what order I put the information into my circles. To make it easier to remember, I'm going to record my ideas in the same order that the author discussed the characteristics of the cockroach. Let's go back to the beginning. Since I learned about where the cockroach lives, I label my first circle habitat. Then I'm going to extend beyond that circle to describe even more about the habitat. I'll write Madagascar because that's where they come from. I'm also going to include forest floor. That's where they hide among the fallen leaves and fruits. From this next paragraph, I notice that the author is describing what the cockroach looks like. I label the next circle appearance. When you look to see what made that hiss, you will find a big flat insect. 3 pairs of legs, 1 pair of antennae, but no wings. Wings would not be useful when rummaging in the leaves. Hissing cockroaches look like a small, flat, armored tank about the size of the palm of your hand. The abdomen is brown and the thorax, to which the legs are attached, is black. These colors blend in well with the forest floor. The head is tucked under the front part of the thorax. The males are different from the females because they have rounded horns on top of the front part of the thorax. Extending from this circle are the descriptive words that help me remember specific features. I include 3 pairs of legs, pair of antennae, no wings, size of palm, brown and black blends with the forest floor, head tucked under thorax, and males have horns. And I see that the photograph on the left side of the page supports the text. If I look closely, I can see horns on the cockroach's thorax. Oh, this must be a photograph of a male cockroach. I wonder what the horns are used for. Maybe this next paragraph will tell me. During the day, these cockroaches rest, but at night you will find them much more active. The males hiss and push each other with their horns and bump abdomens. The winner of this social game becomes the leader of the group. I see that the horns are used when fighting other males, so I'm going to add push other males, extending from males have horns. I read that the winner is the leader of the group, so I'm going to add that as well. I also learned that they are nocturnal or active at night. I'm going to add another circle indicating this important fact. All of this information helps me to better understand the hissing cockroach, where they live, and how they survive. This is getting to be a large map. But I think the hissing sound is an important characteristic, so I'm going to make a new circle extending from the center and write hissing on it. The hiss is used as a defense mechanism and to show dominance. It is made by exhaling air through breathing tubes. The groups of males, females, and young slowly search about hunting for food. A rotting fruit is a favorite. The leader samples the food first. I label the next circle food, since I've learned what the cockroach eats. They like rotting fruit, yuck! But I guess everybody has to eat. Babies are the last thing the author discusses. In addition, this leader fathers the brood of up to 60 babies. These babies develop from a batch of eggs that the mother carries for about 2 months in a brood sac. The live babies are tiny and white as snow when they emerge, but soon they also become brown and black. Right after birth, they feed on a jelly-like substance provided by the mother. It is not yet known how she does this.
It is unusual. I thought all insects laid eggs. I sure was wrong. These cockroaches give birth to live babies. 60 at a time? That's a lot of kids.
You were listening.
What do you mean? Of course. I was just looking for something scary. These little fellas turned out to be a lot more interesting and entertaining than I had realized. They're not so scary after all. I finally have my leading man. Now on to production. I know. I'll make a description map to get organized. Let's see. My topic is making a movie. The main character is the Madagascar hissing cockroach. Location. Where's the location? New York? Oh, Tokyo. And now onto the storyline and the shooting schedule.
Remember, you too can become a knowledge seeker if you simply think about description text structure, identify signal words and key characteristics, and create graphic organizers. As always, be sure to view the next episode of Thinking Aloud.